Welcome to 48 Hours TV, always bringing you up close and personal with leaders in industry. And today is no different. I am joined by the Artscape Board Chairperson, none other than Professor Fikeni. Professor, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for inviting me to be part of your program.
Always a pleasure to speak to the leaders of the Artscape. And with that said, going forward and it being Heritage Month, how important is it for the Artscape to engage with such a diverse heritage as in South Africa?
Well, I do think that since 1994, we have understated the importance of arts in general, heritage, in terms of what it can do in our nation building, particularly social cohesion. We are a country which has a divided past, and as we try to create common destiny, common identity, we can use performing arts institutions such as the Artscape to transform our society and to foster multicultural consciousness, because the performing arts stages are the stages where different cultural communities are having a dialogue, in a sense, and it's also the space where we expose people to diverse cultures that make us who we are as South Africa. So Artscape Board or Council took a decision that transformation would be the key platform of that towards fostering that multicultural consciousness, diversity in terms of the genres that we see on our stages.
That is absolutely amazing. I love the diversity that is going to be brought across. And with that said, the Department of Arts and Culture is always aiming to be diverse. What is the relationship like between the Artscape and the department, and what type of directives are you getting from them to execute within the space?
Well, we do have a national department, we have provincial department, and also we do have the city, because that is where we are. National department has an overall strategy that is informed by the white paper. I incidentally happen to be one of the ministerial appointees crafting a review team for the new white paper, as well as heritage transformation. So to that extent, we are in sync. Even Artscape itself has participated in the input to say, that white paper, which was approved in 1997, what are the new things, what are the new developments that we should be reflecting? One of those is precisely the issue of using culture to inculcate a sense of embracing different cultures, understanding different cultures, as the preamble of our Constitution encourages us to, because it says unity in diversity. So that's precisely the program that is at the core of Artscape. And with our new CEO, Malin, she is part of that particular journey, and she's going to be leading that journey with the support, of course, from the council itself.
And that is great. We're quite excited for that, and that's also part of nation building, a term used very loosely and quite popular of late. What does that mean, the term nation building for the Artscape?
The term nation building for the Artscape is saying, what do we aspire to be as a nation? What do we aspire to be as the Western Cape, as Cape Town? One is to end the legacy of apartheid and colonialism and to create a common destiny, which says in our diversity, we are all equal and we embrace each other and we appreciate who we are. And increasingly also, we do have immigrant communities who are now becoming part of our landscape. How do we include the rest of Africa in particular into that tapestry of cultures? And we're also making contribution economically to tourism into the city, because by making this cultural precinct a vibrant cultural performance space, we are encouraging tourism into Cape Town. And not only that, consciously we have an audience development program and the development of young artists from disadvantaged backgrounds so that that which used to be Nico Malan in the past, being exclusive and white, can begin to see all different population communities of South Africa walking into Artscape and embracing and identifying with Artscape as a space where they can express themselves.
That took me right into my next question. What Artscape is doing specifically for, the new voices in the artistic world. And you answered that perfectly, sir. And with that said, a program that I'm pretty sure yourself and the whole board are quite proud of is the Western Cape Honoring the Legends program, or rather the project that's going to be facilitated throughout the Artscape and into the public. Tell us a bit about that and what the process is about.
That particular program, one, is to say that in the main, we tend to focus on one area of our country, Gauteng. And yet, places like the Western Cape, and Cape Town in particular, has produced legends in the space of performing arts. Whether it's music, poetry, or opera, or you mention all the different genres. And those have not been given the profile and recognition. Now, in redesigning and transforming Artscape public spaces, from the parking lots to the theaters and so forth, we're going to be rebranding, renaming some of these places. And one of those projects is to honor the legends so that we immortalize them through that particular recognition in their diversity, so that it's not just legends who happen to have been white or legends who happen to come from Guguletu. It should be legends from Cape Flats, it should be legends from Mitchell's Plain, from Guguletu Nyanga, from Bishop's Courts, from everywhere else. So that in itself, and also from other smaller communities who are not within the city precinct. Because West Coast, you go up there, you find that some communities are forgotten. So that is a conscious effort to immortalize, to profile those particular legends. It's going to be an open, transparent, participative process where you do not have people sitting in a smoke-filled boardroom and suddenly deciding who should be where and so forth. And that is part of saying community should come and own up Artscape and be part of Artscape in the process of honoring those particular legends. And also to encourage young people to aspire to be legends themselves.
Yes. We love that. We're all about inspiring and giving back. Professor, thank you so much for chatting to us here on 48 Hours TV. This has been 48 Hours TV, speaking to the chairperson of the Artscape Theatre, Professor Fikeni.